Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine you just got some truly fantastic news. Maybe a well-deserved raise at work, or hey, you finally landed that brand new job. That's a huge win, right? But if you're one of the thousands of families in Georgia relying on SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, your very next thought might be kind of stressful. You're probably wondering, wait, what exactly is going to happen to my grocery budget? It's a high-stakes question. Welcome to this explainer, where we're taking the complex state rules and breaking them down into clear, actionable steps. So you got a raise or a new job. Will it affect your SNAP benefits? Well, the short answer is yes, it absolutely can. And more importantly, how and when you report that change, that can make all the difference in the world. Failing to report an income change correctly isn't just a tiny paperwork hiccup. As we'll see today, it can literally lead to losing your benefits entirely, having to pay back money, or even facing severe legal penalties. We are going to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Because honestly, what's really at stake here is your family's food security. Dealing with government policies can feel incredibly intimidating. It's like navigating a giant maze. But you can think of this explainer as your step-by-step survival guide. We've done the heavy lifting, digging through the official policies so you don't have to, and we're going to walk you through exactly what you need to know to keep your record straight and your family fed. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. Understanding income changes, 2. When to report changes, 3. How to report in Georgia, 4. What happens after reporting, 5. Common mistakes to avoid, and 6. Resources and support. Let's get started. Section 1. Understanding income changes. Okay, so first up, here's some genuinely good news. All SNAP households in Georgia operate under something called Simplified Reporting Requirements, or SSR for short. What does that actually mean for you? Well, it means you don't have to stress out over every single tiny change in your wallet. If you pick up, say, an extra hour at work one week, or your paycheck fluctuates by just a few bucks, you don't have to call the state. The system is designed to only track major financial changes. That takes a massive administrative burden right off your shoulders. Now, what's really interesting about this is how they calculate that money. The Division of Family and Children Services, or DFCS, looks at all money coming in from any source before taxes. They basically split your gross income into 2 buckets. The first is earned income. That's money you get for your services, like wages, salaries, tips, and bonuses. The second bucket is unearned income, which is everything else, like Social Security, unemployment, or child support. When they calculate your total income, DFCS is looking at the combined total of both of those buckets. Section 2. When to report changes. So when do you actually have to tell them? 130%. That is the magic number, folks. Under those simplified reporting requirements we just mentioned, your foundational trigger to report a change is if your total gross monthly income goes over 130% of the federal poverty level for your specific household size. If your combined earned and unearned income crosses that 130% line, you are legally obligated to report it so they can reevaluate your eligibility. But here is a surprising fact, and you absolutely need to know this one. Say someone in your household hits the jackpot. Literally, if anyone wins substantial money from a lottery, gambling, prizes, awards, basically any windfall of $4,500 or more, that must be reported immediately. Yeah, Georgia policy specifically singles out this $4,500 threshold for gambling and lottery winnings as an instant reporting trigger. No way around it. And once you hit one of those triggers, whether you cross the 13% line or you had a big lottery win, you are officially on the clock. You have a very strict deadline, exactly 10 days. More specifically, the change must be reported no later than the 10th calendar day of the month following the month the change happened. So if you get a massive raise in June, you have until exactly July 10th to report it to the agency. Section 3. How to report in Georgia. All right, so how do you actually do it? The most efficient way is online, through the Georgia Gateway digital portal. It's a super simple 3-step process. Step 1, log into gateway.ga.gov with your secure credentials. Step 2, right there at the top, select Report My Changes and pick the income or employment category. And Step 3, just punch in your updated figures and upload your documents. The system is really easy to navigate once you know where to click, and it even gives you a tracking number when you're done, which is great for peace of mind. Speaking of documents, DFCS requires third-party verification. You can't just call and say, hey, I got a raise. You got to prove it. Acceptable proof includes 4 consecutive weeks of pay stubs, W-2s, IRS 1099s, official statements from your employer, or even bank statements showing regular income deposits. Now, if you're uploading these digitally, just make sure they're saved in a standard format like a PNG, PDF, TIFF, or JPEG. Section 4. What happens after reporting? Ever wonder what happens after you hit submit? Well, caseworkers don't just take the documents at face value. So the crucial point is they verify everything against strict state and federal databases. Georgia uses an automated system called EIVS, the Eligibility Income Verification System. When you report a change, the caseworker uses EIVS to check employment and wage databases in real time. This ensures the numbers you gave match what your employer gave the state. It's a very rigid process to prevent errors. Now for the part you're probably most curious about, the timeline. When will your EBT card balance actually change? Let's break it down. Month 1 is when your income change actually happens. Month 2 is when you report it. Remember, by that 10th calendar day. Assuming all your paperwork is solid, state policy says the agency has to allow for timely notice. So your benefits will be adjusted no later than the second subsequent month following the month you reported the change. Section 5. Common mistakes to avoid. Let's talk about keeping your benefits safe by avoiding some really common pitfalls. We already hammered home the 10-day deadline, right? But another massive mistake is forgetting to sign Periodic Report Form 47. Look, even if you haven't had a single income change all year, if your household is certified for a longer period, you have to fill this out. If you complete the whole form but forget to sign it at the bottom, boom, Georgia policy explicitly says your SNAP keys will automatically close. Other huge mistakes include intentionally hiding income or letting someone else use your EBT card. I want to take a quick second to be very serious here because the consequences are totally real. If you just make an honest mistake, like you simply forgot to report a raise on time, you'll probably face an overpayment claim. That just means DFCS calculates the difference and you have to pay back the extra benefits. However, if you intentionally hide information or use fake documents, that's when you can lose your benefits entirely and even face criminal prosecution. Just not worth it. Section 6. Resources and support. Okay, deep breath. If the digital portals just aren't your thing, don't worry. You are fully supported by the Georgia Department of Human Services. You can absolutely go in person to your local county DFCS office during normal business hours. If you hand in paper forms, caseworkers are required to date stamp them the exact day they receive them, locking in your official filing date. And a lot of local offices even have secure drop boxes if you're in a hurry. Here's your essential contact list. You can report online at gateway.ga.gov or use the GA Gateway mobile app. You can call the Customer Contact Center toll-free at 1-877-423-4746. If you're deaf, hard of hearing, or have difficulty speaking, just dial 711. And here's an amazing free feature. If you ever need help reading the forms or you need an interpreter, the Contact Center will provide one for you. All you gotta do is ask. As we wrap this up, please keep in mind that this explainer is for informational purposes only. It's designed to give you a clear, easy overview of the state policies based on their official manuals. But every single family's financial situation is totally unique, so we highly encourage you to consult an official SNAP representative at DFCS or a legal professional to get personalized advice for your specific case. So let's leave off with a critical question you should ask yourself right now. Has your household income changed recently? If someone under your roof got a new job, a raise, or a lump sum, are your SNAP records up to date today? Don't wait until that deadline sneaks up on you. Take action. Log into Georgia Gateway or call your local office today to secure your family's benefits. Knowledge is power, and now you've got the tools to protect your household. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.